I'm going to show you why you want to get you one of these USB charging meters. I bought one of these and found out that all my charging devices charged at different rates. So if you want to find out which one of yours is going to charge your phone faster, your iPad faster, buy you one of these. I think I paid $4 for this on eBay, shipped. If you do a search for USB charging meter or something along those lines, they pop up all over. Just do a Google search. I found this one on eBay. Seems to work fine. Got 2 charging outlets. Just plug it into whatever charging USB port you have and plug your phone into it. I've got 3 different charging devices. Portable. They're all 100% charged up. These 2 here have 2 USB charging ports. One of them is 1 amp, the other one's 2.1. You're going to find out that that's not accurate. Got this little unit, just got 1 USB charging port. This is a lithium ion. Tell by how thin it is. I want to test all these, find out which one actually charges my phone the fastest, and the iPad. I have my cell phone. It's at 52%. I don't know if you can see that or not. I have an iPad mini at 65%. We're also going to test this USB cable's coming from my computer. We're going to test it, see how much current it can provide to charge up the iPhone and the iPad. All you do, plug it in, it powers it up. Then plug your cable that you're going to be using to go to your phone or your device. I'm going to plug it into the phone. This is the computer. 0.38 amps. 0.38 amps. A little less than half an amp is what the computer charges my phone. Now we're going to use the little lithium ion charge pack. .9. It's almost a full amp that it's charging at. Now we got a little over an amp. This little charge pack I think was $16 on Amazon. Love it. I don't know if you can see the name there. Now we're going to do, this is a power add. I'm going to plug it in the 2.1 amp port first. Claims it can charge up to 2.1 amps. .39. Same thing that the computer USB port charges at. So under half an amp. So now let's go to the 1 amp port. It's supposed to only provide up to 1 amp charge. .89. That's in the 1 amp port. That's in the lower port. I've been putting all my stuff in the 2.1 amp port, thinking that it charges faster. As you can see, it does not. It's over an amp charge rate in the 1 amp port. Show you that it's in the 1 amp port. I don't know if you can see that. 1 amp. The 2.1 amp port charges at 0.39. So I've been sticking it in the 1 amp port for the past few days. Charges the phone much faster. Now we're going to use this one. And it's the same thing. You guys can't really see it. Let's see if I can get a flashlight. I don't know if that'll help or not. Now on this one, the 1 amp port is this one here. 2.1 amp port is this one. We're going to go into the 2.1 amp port. Now this port that I'm in now is supposed to charge up to 2.1 amps. It's charging at 0.38, under half an amp. Go over to the 1 amp port. 1 amp. Charging almost at the full 1 amp that it's rated at. Now it's slightly over. And I got, as you can see, just got my phone plugged into it. So we got about an amp worth of charge rate there. You're going to charge a lot faster charging at 1 amp than it is 0.39, under half an amp. Why? If you guys know, put it in the comments. I have no idea why it would charge faster in the lower 1 amp port than the 2.1 amp. Now I'm going to do the iPad. iPad mini. First we'll do the little lithium ion pack. This is my favorite. Almost 1 amp. You're going to do this one now. First we'll go in the 2.1 amp port. 2.1 amp port. It's barely charging at all. Let's go into 1 amp. The 1 amp port, 0.45. That's for my iPad mini. It's in the 1 amp port. Should be able to see this one here, 2.1 amp. This one here is 1 amp. In the 1 amp, 0.45. and the 2.1 amp, 0.05. I would have had no idea. If I didn't have the little meter, would have had no idea that this port's barely charging for the iPad. Now, use this one. First we'll go into the 2.1 amp. For whatever reason, it's not even charging. Go into the 1 amp. Charges at 0.77. 3/4 of an amp. Go back into the 2.1. Okay, now it's at 6.67. That's the 2 amp port. .99, 0.98, and the 1 amp. So clearly my devices are going to charge faster in the 1 amp port than they would in the 2.1. For years I've been putting them in the 2.1 thinking that I'm getting the better, at least the more load carrying port. I always assumed that it would charge faster. Obviously that's not the case. I'm going to do the computer. I'm going to plug it into the computer. This USB cord goes straight to the computer. About 4 or 5. So get you one of these. Just do a search, USB charging meter. I'll leave it up to you to figure out what brand to buy. This one was $4, seems to work great. Lets me know which port, at least, is going to charge my device faster. And if it's charging at all. Shows you the voltage. Shows when it's fully charged. Even though the phone or the iPad says 100%, it'll still show it charging for a little while. And then it'll finally drop to 0 milliamp. So there you have it. Adios.